And don't be surprised if the cool dude doesn't go downtown early in this ballgame. They want to set Miami style of football against this Buckeye defense.
Andy Groom's punt was a 56-yarder, and the Hurricanes start at the 20. Back quickly goes Dorsey. Down goes Dorsey. Knocked off balance behind the line of scrimmage by Big Will Smith. And so there's a loss on the first play offensively for Miami.
Will Smith is a stand-up defensive end at times. And with his ability, number 93 will come from the left side of the screen. And he gets to Dorsey in a hurry and knocks him down with one hand.
Ball is on the 17-yard line now for the Canes. On second down and 13, give it to McGahee. McGahee gets to the 15-yard line. He runs into big old Matt Wilhelm, and down he goes. Another loss. The Tostitos starting lineup for the Miami Vaccine receivers. They are at the fore of this wave of speed the Canes offer. 212-pound Andre Johnson, wide receiver, may be the fastest on the field. The offensive front, there are three 300s here. Right tackle Vernon Carey, the largest. He's at 340 or so, down from 375. And a Canadian, Brett Romberg, at center, anchors the line.
That was only the 9th sack of the season against Ken Dorsey.
Three wide receivers now for the Canes as Dorsey goes to the shotgun, and now coming back toward the line of scrimmage is Roscoe Parrish, and a whistle before the ball was snapped. Dorsey calling for a timeout. He was looking at the defensive alignment and looking at the play that he had and didn't like what he had, so he said, let's talk about it. No score early on in the first quarter. Both teams having trouble getting cranked up offensively.
And here's our PlayStation 2 team comparison. Miami, this is where it's going to be decided. Miami scores a lot of points. The Buckeyes don't give up a lot of points, but right down here, they are very poor at defending the pass. Great start in sacking Dorsey on first down.
And it's third down and 15. The ball is on the 15-yard line. The wideouts are Andre Johnson, Ethnic Sands, and Roscoe Parrish. Back goes Dorsey, getting one block to help him out. Goes down the middle with it. The ball is caught by Johnson. Johnson is a big man at 212 pounds, and he picks up a first down at the 35-yard line.
Not only is he a big man, Keith, he is powerful and almost impossible to keep at the line of scrimmage with a bump. Chris Gamble, number 7, trying to stop Johnson as they go to a double team there with Donnie Nicky, number 25. Too late to close on this perfectly timed crossing route from Dorsey to Johnson.
C. Grant has left the field now for Ohio State, shaken up. He's a very important member of that Ohio State defense. A.J. Hawk replaces him down the sidelines. The pass is too long and into the crowd, incomplete, intended for Ethnic Sands and defended by Donnie Nicky. Let's have a look now at the Ohio State defense along the front. The tackles, Tim Anderson, Kenny Peterson, the tough guys. They don't understand giving up anything. The linebackers made most of the tackles this year. 6'5" Matt Wilhelm in the middle, leading the team with 111. He already has one tonight. And the DBs, strong safety Michael Doss, consensus All-American. That means everybody voted for him. And Chris Gamble plays both ways, offense, defense, special teams. In the last 3 games, each he had over 100 plays. Try that sometime. That'll take care of your waistline. Ball is handed off on a delay to McGahee. McGahee goes to the 40. And that'll do it. Picked up 5 yards.
Keith, the injury to C. Grant could be critical for the Buckeyes. This is a former cornerback who's bulked up and moved to linebacker, but the Buckeyes like his ability to take Kellen Winslow Jr. man for man. Now, if C. Grant cannot play the rest of the evening, that's a huge advantage for the Hurricanes.
It is third down and 5. The ball is on the 40-yard line, and Dorsey goes back under center. The pass is thrown to the right side. The pass is completed for the first down to Andre Johnson. He picks up another 5 yards to go with it. Chris Gamble at 180 pounds, 6'2", wrestling with a man who is 6'3" and 212. Here's the story now on C. Grant from Todd Harris.
Keith, I talked with Dr. John Lombardo of Ohio State. He said it's just a bruised rib. There's no way C. Grant's not going to play. He will be back in the game.
Thank you. A.J. Hawk remains in the ball game in replacement of him, 6'2", 230 freshman from Centerville, Ohio, and a freshman in these circumstances is in deep order. The ball is on the 49-yard line for the first time tonight. My team is on the other side of the field. Dorsey is caught behind the line of scrimmage, all the way back at the 45-yard line by Kenny Peterson, one of those big tackles we were talking about. Number 97.
Peterson picks up his 5th sack on the season. And again, now Dorsey, remember, only 8 times all season has he gone down. Already twice here in the first quarter. The Buckeye defense and their defensive line, which is most important, if they can get pressure on Dorsey with just 3 or 4 defensive linemen, they can play all types of different zone coverages behind that.
Second down and 15. Jason Geathers comes into the ball game as a wideout goes to the top of the screen. That's Roscoe Parrish in motion coming back toward the ball. And Dorsey turns around, sets up the throw, goes quickly. The ball is caught. And wham! Parrish takes a lick from Gamble. Chris came across like a runaway truck and took him down for a loss back to midfield.
Keith, Chris Gamble is not only a 2-way player, he's a 3-way player. As a wide receiver, amazingly, with his 29 catches, none went for a touchdown. But as a defensive back, 4 interceptions, and 1 did go for a touchdown against Penn State. But he will also see double duty as a 3-way player, returning kickoffs and punts. Busy night tonight for Chris Gamble.
And good news for the Buckeyes. C. Grant is back in the ball game. Dorsey comes short to the sidelines. The ball thrown a long way to the sidelines. It's completed to Kellen Winslow. And in the melee, Winslow will fight his way down to about the 44-yard line.
Keith, that shows you how important that sack by Kenny Peterson was. That forced the Hurricanes into a passing situation. A lot of good time to throw. Only a 3-man rush for Ohio State. That forced Dorsey against his own coverage to go to his outlet receiver. Smart play, good defense by the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the punt by Freddie Capshaw, who got to Miami from Rock Springs, Wyoming. It's going downfield, down to the goal line. More and still growing at 6'3", 220? Dorsey back. Wants to go for the juggler right here. He goes to Johnson, and Johnson is up close to midfield. This is a trademark of Miami's quick strike offense. They've averaged a little less than 2 minutes in their possessions that resulted in scores.
And they're not worried about whether they could run the ball or not, Keith. They've rushed for a -6 yards because of those 2 sacks on Dorsey, but Dorsey says, what the heck, let's throw it every down.
3.5 minutes roughly remaining in the first quarter of play. Miami 7-0. Their first down at their own 49-yard line. Dorsey turns and gives to McGahee, and again they take him down short of the line of scrimmage. It's Matt Wilhelm with his 2nd tackle for a loss.
The big guys up front really free up Matt Wilhelm. Tim Anderson and Kenny Peterson, along with David Thompson at times, they allow Wilhelm, you can see, 111 tackles. That will get you a first-team AP All-American every time, but it's because of the coordination of those big guys up front that allows him to roam free.
When you got that many stars on your hat, you're pretty good. 2nd down and 12. Dorsey hands to McGahee, and again he can't find any running room. Number 54, Tim Anderson, grabs him and takes him down in a hurry.
Takes him down in a hurry and takes him down for another loss.
Ball will go back to the 45-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 14.
McGahee, 6 rushes so far, -1 yard. 4 of his rushes have resulted in losses.
Now they go to 3 wideouts. Out of the shotgun, Dorsey with time. Goes shopping and throws complete to the 45-yard line on the Buckeye side of the field to Ethnic Sands, but that is short of the first down.
Well, it appears that Craig Krenzel's 6th interception of the year will not hurt the Buckeyes as their defense comes up with a strong effort against the run. That forced up another long passing situation. Soft zone defense for the Buckeyes and another punt for Miami.
Freddie Capshaw is back to punt, and Chris Gamble is waiting for it back at the 10-yard line. And a low kick that will not be returned. It will go into the end zone. That time he didn't, and here they are. First down up at the 23-yard line as Dorsey turns, hands to McGahee, and he disappears into a crowd of folks right about the line of scrimmage. And again, Tim Anderson is the anchor man of the scrum.
But you know, Swanee, one of the things about Gamble, because of his inexperience, he is such a great athlete, but I think that Miami has equal athletes, obviously in Andre Johnson, that can give him a nightmarish night.
Well, I think you're absolutely correct. And I think in the 40 days they had to get ready for this game, what they really wanted to do is work on his technique, try and give him some skills to go along with that athletic ability.
On second down and 10, Dorsey hands it off. McGahee found some daylight this time, and he's got some size. He's 220-plus pounds, and he pounds it up to close to the 30-yard line, 7 yards.
And it's his longest run of the night. But we can see just what this kid's all about. The acceleration on the draw play here. Watch how quickly he hits that hole. Good blocking up in front there. Chris Myers with a block on Robert Reynolds.
He can put one foot down, make his cut, and reach with the other foot and never lose any momentum. That's what makes him so dangerous.
Absolutely no hesitation in Willis McGahee.
It is third down and 4 now. Short 4. The pass is in the air. Intercepted by Dustin Fox. He threw it right to him. And there's a turnover by Miami. The Buckeyes are sitting on the Miami side of the field. First down at the Hurricanes' 37-yard line.
The Buckeyes have done a good job affecting Ken Dorsey. They've sacked him twice tonight. Now trying to hit Roscoe Parrish. Watch Fox here. The route is going to come to the inside, but Dorsey, for some reason, just airmails the 5'9" Roscoe Parrish, and an easy pick for Dustin Fox. Pressure there. You see the great effort by Matt Wilhelm, selling out, affecting Ken Dorsey and his vision.
So now the Buckeyes start a possession with an opportunity 5 yards. They don't get their first down, and they lose the opportunity at 3 points. Miami comes back to the attack now from their own 17-yard line. Here's a penalty flag across the way as the play is McGahee is taken down all the way back around the 12-yard line. Grant and Doss led the tacklers, but let's see about the penalty from Randy Crystal.
Like it may be Miami's first penalty of the evening, but Jim Tressel is going to regret that decision. I mean, that's almost a sure. I know there's nothing sure in this world, but
Illegal formation on the offense.
Illegal formation against Miami. The umpire, Steve Story, Don Crepel, the head linesman, Derek Bowers, the line judge, field judge is Terry Porter, Brad Van Vark, the side judge, back judge is John Robison, and the alternate is John Laurie. And they're all out of the Big 12 Conference. Ball is on the 12-yard line where it is first down and 15. McGahee, 15-17.
Interesting watching Willis McGahee on that last run, having both hands covering up that ball.
Make it the 16, where it is second down 11 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. 7-0, Miami leading. Dorsey sets to throw it and goes to the sidelines. The pass is caught by Ethnic Sands, and that will be a first down for the Hurricanes.
That time the Buckeyes decided to bring Chris Gamble off his corner position and blitz Ken Dorsey. But he was so far away as he lined up trying to guard Johnson that he was late getting to the ball. And Dorsey had time to get it off and pick up that first down.
Jake Geathers is in the ball game now for Miami. Jason Geathers. Ball just short of the 30. Back goes Dorsey. Looking, throws, and it is caught down the middle, and it is good to about the 34-yard line to Jason Geathers. Where it is 2nd down and 6 now for Miami. And Roscoe Parrish is the man who scored the touchdown for them on a pass reception from Ken Dorsey. Dorsey loops it downfield, way downfield and beyond anybody's reach. Andre Johnson was on the dead run. Chris Gamble was running with him. And the way things are going, Chris is going to have a lot of plays and be a tired fellow when this game is over.
Well, it's like Lynn Swan said. You can see 24 plays on defense to just 5. His number one priority is to stay with Andre Johnson as he did on that play.
But special teams will wear and tear on you as well, and he plays special teams.
They say he doesn't get tired. I guess he doesn't. He had 128 plays in the overtime win against Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. 3rd and 6. Pass hummed, intercepted. Buckeyes have it. That's Mike Doss. 30, 25, inside the 20 before he's pulled out of bounds by Willis Begay. Dorsey threw it hard, and it ricocheted to Doss.
His 8th career interception, 3-time All-American, just playing the ball. Watch him right here. Dorsey's going to throw this ball too hard. He really fires it off the hands of Andre Johnson, who should have caught the ball, but it was really humming. And maybe Matt Wilhelm got just a fingernail on that ball to disrupt the concentration of Andre Johnson. No disrupting this man's concentration, though. The leader of this Buckeye defense has set up his offense in great shape.
Lydell Ross is in there as the single back now, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida, 210-pounder and the fastest of all the Ohio State tailbacks. And he's got the ball. And he finds some room. A little slip and slide, left and then right, and he's down inside the 15. At the 13.
Running back coach Tim Spencer, a former teammate of mine in San Diego, where he was one of the most reliable guys we had, as they told me today that they got to get Lydell Ross in the game more. The Buckeyes will use 2 running backs, as we've seen, Clarett and Ross, and they'll alternate Hall as well. But as you said, Keith, Ross has got great speed. He showed it on that little run.
They're inside the 13. They'll mark it 12 officially. 2nd down and 5. Krenzel gives it back to Ross again, and there's no place to go this time. William Joseph leads the defensive surge and makes the tackle right about the line of scrimmage. Earlier we asked you the Aflac trivia question, which was the last championship team to have a freshman as their leading rusher? The answer is the Georgia Bulldogs. 1980, Herschel Walker led the team to the national title with 1,616 yards rushing, and that play is from the Sugar Bowl. Back in 1946, Emil Sitko, as a freshman, ran for 346 yards at Notre Dame, but the effort of Walker was something special, really special. 3rd down and 5. Pass is thrown, pass is caught. It'll be a 1st and goal to go for the Buckeyes. Chris Vance made the catch right in front of Glenn Sharp. Good pass by Krenzel.
Keith, it was a great adjustment by Chris Vance. That ball was thrown, to make the differ with you, way behind Vance. And Vance saw the ball. Here he is. Watch him stop and have to reach way back for it. He comes to a complete stop. If the ball's out in front, perhaps Vance gets by Sharp and into the end zone. As it is, 1st and goal.
You're right. It wasn't that good. Ben Hartsock is in the ball game now as a tight end for Ohio State, and the ball lofted to the corner. No, out of bounds. Michael Jenkins got it, but he didn't get a foot down as he was dueling with Sean Taylor. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
That's a great battle, because Sean Taylor is normally a safety, but at 6'3", 220, he's going to go out and guard Michael Jenkins at 6'5". See how close he came. Right foot out of bounds. Great call. No question. Not even a question for Jim Tressel. He's begging for a call there.
At center, you've got to change. Nick Mangold has come in at center. That's a tough place to make a substitution at center. Miami looked like they were offside.
Yeah, I think Vince Wilfork, seeing that freshman center in there, thought he'd try to get a jump on him, but he was jumping all the way through the neutral zone and offsides.
Mangold, a freshman out of Kettering, in relief of Stepanovic. But Stepanovic had moved over to tackle behind Shane Olivier. And now what do we got here? Do we have offside?
Offside.
Yep.
Missed it. Second down.
Keith, you can see that the right tackle here, actually, it's Shane Olivier lined up as a tight end. He flinched a little bit, but Wilfork was so far offsides that it may have blocked the view of the officials seeing Olivier jump.
Olivier at 310 going out to a tight end spot.
That's what they call their jumbo package.
It's a freight car. Second down and goal at the 2-yard line. Mangold is still in there at the center spot. Krenzel gives it to Ross. Ross picking his way in that melee, and they roll forward into... Not quite. It looked like, for all the world, he was going to be able to roll over the top and get in the end zone, and they wouldn't let him.
Well, this is the guy they need to get in the game at 230 pounds. Claret would have scored easily on that play. Good effort by Lydell Ross, but this is the guy you've got to get in the ball game and into the end zone.
It's third and goal at the 1-yard line. Claret is 227 pounds. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown.
No, I don't think so, Keith. That's a one-arm signal by the official.
This guy on this side put
that
2
means
up.
Fourth down.
Now he's taking it down. So it's inches.
That's another questionable call and decision by Jim Tressel. You put Claret in the game, and you don't use him. Yeah, I would call timeout. I'd reshuffle my papers and figure out our play calling here, as the Buckeyes are squandering scoring chances.
On 4th and goal, as Ohio State tries to tie the ball game, Stepanovic has gone back to the center spot. Mangold, a freshman, had been in there, and he couldn't root a hole. Now Stepanovic is in. Claret is your tailback. 4th and a half a yard. The quarterback keeps it, and he's in there. Craig Krenzel went off the right side of the center behind the guard, and Olivier, and he got just enough for the touchdown.
Oh, he really showed his toughness too, Keith. Very patient to slide to the right side. He took a heck of a hit from linebacker Roger McIntosh, but spun, as he has done so many times this year, making big plays, spun all the way into the end zone.
Now it is Mike Nugent for the extra point. The holder is the punter, Andy Groom. And everything works. And we are tied at 7-7 with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the first half.
That's a great effort by Krenzel, as he not only gets inside of McIntosh, but McDougal as well.
Well, the Buckeyes, cashing in on the turnover, have put themselves on the scoreboard. 7-7 tie with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to play. If they had gone ahead and kicked that field goal, they'd be leading 10-7.
Yeah, they would, Keith. Remember, this is a Miami team that averages 42 points a game. Talk about great Buckeye defense.
They've been stressing patience, patience, patience. We'll see how patient the Miami Hurricanes can be. It's Andre Johnson standing back there along with Jason Gathers now for the kickoff. And this is rooted. I mean, it's beyond the field of play.
Pretty good combination of defenses for Ohio State. Unbelievable for Miami. No yards rushing. McGahee, 9 rushes, 8 yards. Dorsey sacked twice for a -8. That's how you get 0 rushing.
So here they come. Dorsey back. Has a roll. He's hit. The ball rolls loose. Beanbag goes down. Ohio State ball. Kenny Peterson knocked it loose. Darian Scott recovered it.
Second sack of the night for Kenny Peterson. Here he is right here. Watch his speed as he gets around the offensive line. Sherko Haji Razuli gets beat there by Peterson, and Dorsey does not sense the backside pressure.
Ball was out. The arm was going forward, but he went without the ball. That's why it was a fumble. The minute you saw the beanbag go down, that confirmed the fumble. Lydell Ross is the running back, the deep back for Ohio State. Krenzel hands it to him, and he's running in the middle for about 4 yards. The snap of the ball was from the 14-yard line. DJ Williams made the tackle.
A couple of things that defensive coordinator Mark D'Antonio told me they have to do. They have to defend the middle of the field. Now Ohio State on offense with Ross getting absolutely nothing there, but this defense of Ohio State affecting the quarterback. A couple of interceptions, now a fumble, a +2 turnover ratio for Ohio State, and that's right on track for the Buckeyes.
Second down and 8 from the 12-yard line. Across comes number 94, William Joseph. Let's see if a Buckeye move. Craig Krenzel didn't think so.
After going the first quarter without a penalty.
He's right. Probably hard count. Maybe even a little head bob and hard count.
Yeah, a hard count without the head bob. That's not easy to do. But he used his voice perfectly and pulled off sides William Joseph easily.
Second down and 3 now as the ball goes to the 7, and Maurice Clarett is the tailback or the single back. He's got it. He's got a touchdown. Alex Stepanovich, the center, made it happen.
We talked about just how punishing a runner he can be and how decisive. Now this game is being taken over by Ohio State at the end of this first half. A great run by Clarett to get into the end zone with ease.
Nugent will kick out of Broom's hole for the extra point. It's good. You have 1 minute 10 seconds remaining to play in the first half. And the Big Ten champions have taken the lead. Ohio State 14, Miami 7. A BCS National Championship game at the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Keith, you talked about the great block by Mark Stepanovich. Let's take a look at it as he gets 2 for the price of 1. First on Joseph and then on Vilma. Good double team there. He sees the linebacker. He seals him to the inside. That's all Maurice Clarett needed.
And so the Buckeyes have converted 2 Miami turnovers into touchdown, and they lead 14-7 with 1 minute and 10 to go to the half. The kickoff. High, long, beyond the field of play. Nugent, big leg.
You just talked about the mistakes. This is 3 turnovers, last 3 possessions for Miami. That Doss interception led to Krenzel sneak there. Kenny Peterson with the sack and fumble. And now Clarett behind the block of Alex Stepanovich for the touchdown. Do you think momentum is wearing red?
I do. And white. Or silver, if you will. All 3 Miami turnovers, 2 interceptions and the fumble on the shoulders of Dorsey. From the 20, here come the Canes, and they hand it off to Willis McGahee, looking for the sideline, and he finds it about 9 yards.
Keith, I think that's the first time they've tried to get McGahee to the perimeter.
It is.
And with his speed, that's a good idea. But remember, Miami now, as we come to the end of the first half, they only have one timeout to use, having to have burned 2 in the first quarter.
Buckeye defense got some respite. They were on the field a lot in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, the offense held the ball for a while and gave them a chance to get their win back. Now the Canes go to the shotgun. They got 3 wideouts, and Dorsey's got a lot of time. Comes this way with it, goes short to McGahee. And Willis McGahee makes the catch for the first down, move the chains. It'll go up to about the 33 where it's a first down. Will Allen, who made 2 interceptions this season to save ball games for Ohio State, Cincinnati, and Michigan. Dorsey turns, gives to McGahee. He's looking for some daylight, and the Buckeye defense doesn't give him much time to go shopping. They shut the door on him pretty quickly, with Will Smith finally taking him down.
The one thing the Buckeye defensive line does, they don't stay blocked very long. They get off their blocks very quickly, locate the runner, and then gang tackle him.
It is second down and 12. The ball back on the 32-yard line. Dorsey again with some room to move and time to write a book. Throws it in the ground. Incomplete.
But now you're seeing why Ohio State's been effective. That defensive line is winning the battle. Only rushing 3 or 4, that allows the Buck secondary to drop 7 or 8. And if you drop 7 or 8, you're going to make it very difficult for the quarterback to find anybody open. Good job of the offensive line, but look at Dorsey. Can't find a green shirt to throw it to. Finally has to throw it away.
Third down and 12. Ball on the 32. Under center, turns, gives it to McGahee. He's got some room here, but they've got him a yard short of the first down. And the clock shows 10 seconds and counting in the first half. Canes come up without a huddle, trying to get one more play, and now they decide, let's go to the clubhouse and see if we can sort this thing out. So at the end of the first half of play, it is 14-7, Ohio State leading Miami in the BCS National Championship game.
Coach, so much was made of the speed of this game, and it looks like the speed of your defense is really the difference.
Well, we've got a good defense. They've got a great offense as well. This is a national championship team. 2 great teams playing as hard as they can with a lot of class. This is just a great one.
I know you're not going to concede victory until it's over. What do you expect in the second half?
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be down to the final second, and we're going to play as hard as we can and see if we deserve it.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Pretty simple, but hard. Mike Nugent will kick off. Gathers and Johnson wait for it. The kick again will not be returned. Hard to get a run back against Nugent when there's no wind. So what do you think, Dan? The philosophy here for Miami, poke around with a run or just load it up and fire the cannon?
Well, they're going to have to win first down, basically, Keith. Larry Coker said that he just needs 4 yards. Don't worry about the big game. We just want to get 4 yards, be patient on offense. But so far, in 13 first down plays in that first half, Miami has netted just 12 yards. That's incredible.
So here we go with the second half. And Ohio State leading 14-7. It's McGahee with the first play. And slashing over the right side will get about 3 yards before Will Smith, who has stood tall tonight, makes the tackle.
It's only a 3-yard gain, but that's more like it for McGahee and this offense. You can see he running a lot harder that time. Keith, you talked about how he can put 1 foot in the ground and either cut back quickly or accelerate. There's no hesitation in his game, except in the first half. The Buckeyes caused him to hesitate.
Second down and 7. Dorsey turns, quickly throws, passes caught. First tackle missed, second tackle made. It's Roscoe Parrish, who makes you take a deep breath every time he gets the ball in his hand. He is only 5'9", 165 pounds, but he is as quick as a shadow.
Well, if you see where Dorsey's throwing the ball today, this right here tells me that Ohio State is having success with their deep zone. 2 interceptions down the middle of the field. Both came after Roscoe Parrish got loose for the touchdown.
Johnson, Sands, Parrish. The wideouts, 3rd down and 3. Dorsey getting pressure, gets it away, dumped it to McGahee out of the backfield. Hammered, and it looks like he's a little bit short of the 30-yard line, and he took a lick from Dustin Fox.
Good pressure that time by C. Grant, who came on a blitz from his weak linebacker position. And excellent tackling on the outside. Watch Grant come free. That forces Dorsey to get rid of it in a hurry. But now McGahee, instead of lowering his shoulder, decides to spin back to the inside. He lost track of where he was on the field and what he needed for the first down.
He came up a yard short, and so they punted away with Freddie Capshaw kicking it to Chris Gamble, who lets it roll around on the ground. And it'll roll dead at about the 27-yard line. Ivan Douglas is in there at the tackle spot now, left side for the Buckeyes as they have their first possession of the second half. Craig Krenzel gives it to Maurice Claret. He spins out of one tackle and will get a couple of yards, moving from the 27-yard line to the 30. And finally, it is Sean Taylor that takes him down.
Yeah, in the first half, it was Craig Krenzel doing it with his legs. 11 yards on this quarterback draw, and they ran quite a few quarterback draws. In fact, 45 yards on 8 carries makes Krenzel the leading rusher in this ball game. When you're talking about McGahee and Claret, the quarterback finishes this off with a touchdown. That one tied the score at 7-all.
Make it a 3-yard pickup for Claret, close to 4, as the ball is finally put down just short of the 32-yard line. Got it again, going to the outside. Broke the tackle, gets the first down. Gets up across the 40-yard line, and he stepped on the chalk at the 42. He ran out of the tackle of Maurice Sykes.
And this is all Maurice Claret deciding he didn't like it this way. Then he came all the way across the backside of the formation. Here is Sykes right here. Watch the power with that straight arm. Just pushes Sykes to the ground. Best run of the night for Maurice Claret right there.
Gives him a first down at the 42. Movement on the left side of the line, Ohio State. Looked like Adrian Clark might have lost his concentration for a moment.
He certainly lost his balance, but he's balancing a lot, isn't he?
False start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. First down.
You get that 355 pounds moving, it's hard to stop it.
That's a lot of weight on one hand, too. Down in his stance.
The loss of 5 takes it back to the 37-yard line, where it'll be first down and 15. We are in the third quarter of play. Ohio State leading 14-7 over Miami. Krenzel gives it to Claret, and Vilma is right there. Jonathan Vilma, who had slipped to the outside and slanted back in, and he got him.
And to give you an idea, Keith, of just how well these defenses are playing, check out what Willis McGahee and Maurice Claret have done coming into tonight's championship game. 27 touchdowns, 14 for Claret, both well over 1,000 yards. Tonight, totally different story.
A loss of another yard.
His numbers are unbelievable. Claret averages 6 yards a carry normally.
Gamble is in the ball game with a wideout now. And they go to the shotgun for Krenzel. Give him a little time. Pressure coming from the backside. Gets it off, and it's almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. He had it on his fingertips, and then it was gone.
Now, Matt Walters really forced Krenzel to throw that ball too hard to Maurice Claret. Good pressure by Walters, and that made it a very difficult one-handed attempt by Maurice Claret.
Matt Walters, for a big man, he's in there at 262. Very quick.
You have to be quick to play football at any position for the Hurricanes.
Seems so. Third down and 15. Krenzel deep. Down the sidelines. Gamble. It's down inside the 10 and fumble, but he is down. He's down at the 6-yard line. Alfonso Marshall caught him from behind.
He had to catch him from behind because he's beat so badly. Total speed by Gamble as he outraces Marshall down the sidelines. Hits the ground, the ball comes out. Good call by the officials, and a huge play for the Ohio State Buckeyes as they continue to dominate this game. Close to being a fumble, but the knee is down there, and the ball comes out.
57 yards. That is the longest Ohio State offensive pass play of the year. Krenzel keeps it, throws it to the end zone, and it is picked off. Picked off by Sean Taylor. He threw it right to him. He had double coverage on his intended receiver and no chance to get it there, and Clarett
has
took it
stolen
away
the ball.
from him.
Yes, he did, Keith. Maurice Clarett with the play of the game, perhaps, as Sean Taylor going down the sidelines, reminiscent of George Teague of Alabama stealing the ball from Miami a few years back.
Ball's in the wrong hand. It should have been in the other side, shouldn't it?
That's a great point, Keith. But did he really pull it away? The officials say yes, he did.
Close.
Krenzel trying to force this one. Great read by Taylor as he comes back to take the ball away from Hartsock, and then with the ball in his right hand exposes it to Maurice Clarett right there. And in the judgment of the officials, when they hit the ground, Clarett had more possession than Taylor.
And so the Buckeyes are still sitting in the catbird seat down at the 28-yard line on the Miami. Miami with the ball now, down by 10 points here with 8:22 to go in the third quarter of play. They possess the ball, first down at the 39-yard line. Dorsey comes up throwing, and the pass is caught by Kellen Winslow. Pickup of about 6 yards on the play. C. Grant, the tackle. So C. Grant, who's been banged up a couple of times, but keeps coming back, and he's still the shadow of Kellen Winslow.
And that's what Miami has to do, get back to their original game plan, which features the tight end, Kellen Winslow, on short pass routes and have him break tackles for the bigger gains. But they need positive plays right now to get back into a good frame of mind.
Handed off to McGay, and he's got a yard or two. C. Grant on that tackle. Dave Perry, who is as good a source of authority and opinion about rules. David, you had a best look we could give you on that fumble, the takeaway, if you will.
Keith, from my view, it looks like the ball was coming loose. The Ohio State kid did, in fact, grip it, pull it out. We had a little tug of war afterwards, but it appears like a good call from the covering official.
Okay. Resulted in 3 points, and it's a 17-7.
Pretty heads-up play for a freshman, 19 years old, to make that.
Dorsey wants to go deep, goes down the sideline. The pass is incomplete, intended for Andre Johnson. He was a little short. He had him.
Yeah, it was another one of those double moves, fake to the post and then back to the corner. As you watch Johnson, great speed. There's the post route, and now back to the outside. Ball is underthrown, and Johnson loses his footing on this good field.
And Capshaw is in the punt. High by Andy Groom, put the ball out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, and here's Miami going to work. Quick shot to Roscoe Parrish. Swanee, what do you see working here now in the Miami offense?
Well, I think what they're doing is just getting back to their basic game plan. Ohio State's dropping people back. They're trying to put some pressure on Dorsey. Now all the receivers are doing is getting their bodies in front of the coverage and taking what the defense is giving them, the short pass. First make the catch. Don't worry about trying to break a tackle or make a big run. Then if you turn upfield and you've got some space, take advantage of it.
Second down and 2. They run for it, and they get it with McGahee. And they had to coattail him because he was close to getting out of the pack. He takes the ball across the 40 to the 41.
And Keith, if he breaks out of the pack, nobody on this Ohio State defense is going to catch him. He displayed his speed the last time when he reversed his field and took it in untouched. Look at the moves here. Now the power. Explosion. You hear that term all the time. It's speed, it's quickness, but most important, it's intensity.
Let's see if they go back to him. Yep. And he's got daylight. And he's going to get it up to about the 40, close to the 45.
Well, how do you win 38 games and only lose one? Well, you perform well in the fourth quarter. Remarkable stat right there. No interceptions for Dorsey. He's been bounced around a few times tonight. He fumbled once. He threw 2 interceptions in the first half. But now we are in Dorsey time.
Second down and 6. Quick shot again coming this way to Ethnic Sands, and that's another first down. Dinkin and Duncan.
Pretty good company for Ken Dorsey. All-time consecutive wins by a starting quarterback. And this one, obviously, his last chance to tie the record of Chuck Ely.
And said the other day that he wanted to try to play on Sunday.
I think he can. He's a winner.
Ball is on the 46-yard line of Ohio State. A first down for the Hurricanes. And Dorsey puts it in the air. It's slapped down. Knocked down by Darian Scott.
That's the best play in a long time for the Buckeye defense. Darian Scott, recognizing the short 3-step drop of the quarterback, got his hands up in the air and snuffed that ball out. What an athletic move by Darian Scott. Top of the screen working on Vernon Carey. Carey does a great job keeping him away from the quarterback, but couldn't prevent the athletic move to knock it down.
Second down and 10. Jason Geathers, the man on this side. And Dorsey's changed the play of the Ohio State crowd, and they're dominant, making a lot of noise. And McGahee can't get his engine running, and he goes down about the line of scrimmage as Will Smith makes another defensive play for Ohio State.
Will Smith is a really talented young man. We've seen him pick up a couple of sacks. He also will drop back into pass coverage, and his main asset is his speed, as he displayed that time.
A junior out of Utica, New York, 6'4", 250. Third and 10. Shotgun. Dorsey a lot of time. Pass thrown in the middle. Pass is caught by Winslow. He's past the marker. First down, Miami.
And what a shot Winslow took. But the play starts with Willis McGahee right here picking up the blitzer. C. Grant, number 6. Great job there. Watch the toughness here as Will Allen bounces Winslow to the ground.
Ball is at the 35-yard line. Winslow has caught 7 balls now in the game for 87 yards. Dorsey again, a lot of time to the corner, incomplete. Running under it, short of it, Roscoe Parrish, Dustin Fox covering.
But the pressure of Ohio State is forcing Dorsey to throw the deep ball too long. His timing is off on the deep ball. He's throwing it too flat. He's not putting enough air under the ball and allowing his speed receivers like Parrish and Johnson to adjust to the ball. The ball's just coming out too flat and too far. There's the pressure he's been facing from this great Ohio State front 4.
Second and 10. Short tip. Whoa. My goodness, Mike Doss had one hand on it. The ball is 3 inches lower at 6 points.
No question, Keith. That's why he's a 3-time All-American. Doss recognized this. Again, it's a quick 3-step drop. Watch him break. stepping in front of Andre Johnson, and that one would have been 6 for Ohio State.
Clock running at 11:53 to play now in the fourth quarter. Miami's had the ball for quite a bit at the start of this fourth quarter. A little over 3 minutes. Dorsey setting up a screen. Or bust up the screen. Bust up everything. Will Allen coming like a truck. Takes on McGahee and takes him down. And the trainers are on the field in a hurry for Miami. McGahee is down.
Yeah, this is a real serious hit Will Allen put on Willis McGahee. Hit him low, and they're looking at his left leg right now. Will Allen with 2 big shots, one on Winslow and then this one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord. That is a serious knee injury for Willis McGahee.
Yep. Timeout. We'll be back. Willis McGahee, the big sophomore tailback, taken off the field with seems hardly anything but serious. When you see the hit that he takes on it, you see the shoulder pad come in and hit it on the inside part of that knee, and it's gone.
Clean hit by Will Allen, but a devastating injury for Willis McGahee.
Here we have now a 54-yard field goal try by Todd Sievers. It's no good. His longest in his career had been 53 yards at Florida. That one was just a little bit out of the zone. The attendance tonight, 77,502. It's the third largest Fiesta Bowl crowd. And they're watching what is clearly the best of all the BCS championship games so far. Down the middle, ball thrown to Kellen Winslow. He might break this big. His legs are taken away up at the 35-yard line. He picks up a first down. Chris Campbell kept him from a really big play. Jarrett Payton is in there at tailback in place of the injured Willis McGahee.
Yeah, Chrysler passing playbook. 2 things to check out here. Watch Ken Dorsey. First is a quarterback drop back and come off to a secondary receiver who happens to be Kellen Winslow.
This is Payton slashing over the right side and going for at least 5 yards.
And Winslow gets down across the middle. 8 catches now for 98 yards for Winslow as Miami's trying to change the tempo of this game with their no-huddle offense, trying to wear out the Buckeye defense.
6 minutes to go in the game. Ohio State leading by 3. Just missed the 42-yard field goal. Little short pass drilled again to Kellen Winslow, and that will pick up the first down to the Ohio State 49-yard line.
And right now, Ohio State has no answer for Winslow. He's running away from linebackers. He's overpowering defensive backs.
Run it again with Payton. Not a whole lot on this one as he ran into Kenny Peterson. 20.
Guys, I have to tell you, C. Grant, number 6, and getting ready for Winslow, actually spent most of his time going against wide receivers because he wanted to get adjusted to the speed coming out of that position.
Having a hard time with it. Ball is thrown out of bounds into the crowd, incomplete. You can do that when you're outside the tackle.
Yeah, there's a 5-yard limit there from the center on out, which goes actually beyond the tackle sometimes. In college football, it's 5 yards from the center each side. If the quarterback gets outside that 5 yards, he can throw the ball anywhere.
This is resting at the 47-yard line where it is 3rd down and 8.
Dave Perry said, well, almost anywhere.
Shotgun, Dorsey. A lot of time. Finally lets it go down the middle. It's caught by Roscoe Parrish, and the ball comes out. And Ohio State pounces on it. The beanbag is down, and the Buckeyes recover it. It's Will Allen with another big play.
Donnie Nicky and Best and Fox combined to knock this ball out of the hands of Roscoe Parrish. Fantastic throw by Dorsey. Parrish just couldn't hang on as the Buckeye secondary converges and knocks it away.
And the Buckeyes may have dodged a bullet. Now the Buckeyes will go to work from the 25-yard line. They're down by 7. Krenzel back throwing, steps away from the pressure, takes off with it, gonna run with it, and run it for 5 yards before DJ Williams brings him down.
Now the one guy that Miami's got to make sure they keep an eye on is Michael Jenkins. He's the guy that Krenzel is looking for in crunch time. Miami's done a great job on him. He's only got 2 catches. But again, Krenzel only completed 5 passes all night. Dorsey taking charge on the sidelines. Great scene.
Go to the shotgun. Penalty flag stops it. No play on it.
You know,
normally that means false start.
Yeah, McDougal started, and then Hartsock came out of his stance.
False start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty and remain second down.
So they go back to the 25 with that 5-yard penalty.
Watch McDougal right here. Here's Hartsock.
Well, he's not listening to his quarterback. He's watching his enemy.
Trying to protect that inside gap.
Yep. So it's second down and 10 from the 25. Blitz coming. Pressure got him. Back at the 29-yard line, it was Jamal Green.
He's the leading sacker for the Hurricanes, and he comes up with his first tonight at a best time possible for the defending champs.
First sack of the ball game for Miami.
He ran around Rob Sims. Again, another true freshman for Ohio State. How big is that penalty now?
Big. Third down and 14 back on the 29. Miami scored a touchdown in their first possession of overtime. Krenzel's pass is thrown short to the ground. That was McDougal who forced that.
Tough to throw a screen pass against this Miami defense. Their speed of their front four really gets on the quarterback in a hurry, and then the linebacker speed, and then the secondary, they can close on Claret as they did that time.
Well, it's 4th down and 14. It's the last chance to stay alive in the overtime. If you've got something up your sleeve, this might be the time to pull it out, huh? They go with 3 wideouts. You got 2 protectors back there for Krenzel. Now one of them runs away, Claret. Krenzel steps up and goes to the sidelines, and that's good for a first down. Caught by Michael Jenkins.
Well, they've done it before. It's nothing new to Buckeye fans. Krenzel and Jenkins. 4th and 14. Are you kidding me? Great pass protection for Krenzel. Great read by the receiver. And the quarterback is Glenn Sharp, number 31, is totally turned around here.
Watch Jenkins, though, when he looks down. Where are my feet? Because he got burned a little while ago when he wasn't aware of a catch on the sidelines that he had a foot on the chalk. So it's first down for the Buckeyes, just outside the 12. Krenzel steps in the middle, throws to the end zone. No! Intended again for Jenkins, covered by Taylor.
Again, it's that matchup that Miami wants. Sean Taylor, who's normally a safety, but has cornerback skills, will come over from his safety spot here, take Jenkins man for man, and prevent Krenzel from having a good angle to squeeze this one in. No place for Krenzel to throw it because 26, Taylor, had the inside.
Jenkins is not out there.
Then I would be looking for Chris Gamble over the middle.
He came off the field. Here goes Krenzel. He's to the 5-yard line, and he is hammered. He took a wicked shot to the head, and he went down hard on his back. Taylor and Vilma hit him, and he gets up.
Keith, that's 2 huge hits by Vilma. 51 right in the middle of the screen. Watch him send Krenzel backwards.
Whoa.
How does Krenzel get up from these shots? These are 2 guys drilling it. 2 big guys. Taylor, Vilma.
It's 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line for Ohio State. 3rd and 3. They must score a touchdown to stay alive in the overtime. Krenzel sees a little hole. Now he slides out. Now he throws. And it's incomplete. Taylor knocked it away from Hartsock.
Taylor's having an unbelievable night tonight. He's got 2 interceptions, 11 tackles. He was victimized by Maurice Claret, who picked his pocket after one of his interceptions. But you can just see how smart he is as a safety, reading the quarterback and then breaking on the ball.
Miami has called this timeout. It is another 4th down for Ohio State. 4th down and 3 for a first down. 4th down and 5 for a touchdown. I thought for a moment that Krenzel had a little hole to squeeze through if he had cut left. But then I saw Vilma step into it, and so did he, and he went the other way.
What's that thing about valor?
Yeah. There's always tomorrow, next season.
Well, the good news for Ohio State is this big guy right here. It's Michael Jenkins. He looks like he's going to go back in the lineup.
We got one-on-one. One that moves right on you. Okay. No thinking about it. You run a slant.
So Jenkins is going to run a slant, and Krenzel talking to his tight end, Ben Hartsock. If you have man-on-man coverage, look for the ball. First look will be to Jenkins on the slant route, but Hartsock could come up big here tonight.
Well, he did once this season in one of those knuckle busters they had. He stepped up and made the catch and won the game.
Had a TV catch against Cincinnati and one against Wisconsin, but none tonight. There is Hartsock right there.
Claret's up there as a wide out too. The ball goes into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended for Gamble. Now there is a penalty flag thrown.
Hold on.
Hold the phone. Everybody comes running down on the field. You got to get off because there's a penalty flag thrown, and I think it's against Miami.
And if it's thrown in the end zone, the ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. 1st and goal.
Glenn Sharp trying to cover Chris Gamble, and he may have arrived a tad too soon. Randy Crystal.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Glenn Sharp, 31 on Chris Gamble, number 7. Oh, that's a tough call there. What about this angle? Bad call. Bad call.
The left hand. I don't know if the left arm was there too soon or not.
I think the ball got there before Glenn Sharp did.
Well, he waved it incomplete and then threw the flag.
Boy, Gamble had a chance to make the catch before contact was made by Sharp. The only thing is they may have called the contact that was earlier, but the ball had not been released by the quarterback. This is a bad call for the Miami Hurricanes.
Now, there could have been holding there.
They called pass interference, Keith.
Yeah, I did.
And this man right here says incomplete.
So it is 1st and goal for Ohio State. They'll try to run it. And they're having a little problem with that early on. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Claret carrying it. Here's Lynn Swan.
Well, Keith, when Miami thought they had won, Sean Taylor, number 26, the safety, had thrown his helmet up in the air, and all the pieces came apart. He missed that last play because he was on the sideline trying to find the pieces, get it put back together. They got it put back together. Now he's back on the field.
You wouldn't want to be out there trying to defend here without him in the mix.
With all your padding in your helmet, too.
Boy, you need him. Pounded in the middle. It's short.
Well, you'd like to see Claret get airborne down there. Trying to go up over the top. Decided to go low and came up short.
Jim Tressel's 49 years old and just really his second year at Ohio State. I don't know how many seasons like this you can go through, Jim. The legions will be diminished. Krenzel sneaking touchdown. So a kick will tie it, and we'll go around again.
And Keith at center was a true freshman, Nick Mangold, who led the way along with Bryce Bishop and Shane Olivier over that right side. Good patience by Krenzel to find a crack and get in for the score.
Nugent for the point. I don't need to tell you anything about this. Just watch it. Down in the middle.
Heads up play. Keith, Sean Taylor rushed the center, faked like he was coming, and that caused a false start by Ohio State.
And that'll back him up 5.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Repeat the try.
What a heads-up play by Sean Taylor. What a player he is as a safety. 26 right here. Watch him shake up the center. That's Kyle Andrews as a snapper, number 60, and he gets the left guard to jump.
So they'll try it again. Nugent has missed 1 extra point this season from the 15-yard line. On its way, good. Phew. 77,502 in the attendance, and ain't nobody going home.
You having fun yet, big boy?
We're out. We continue. It is now 24-24, and we got another overtime coming up. Ohio State will have the first possession. 24-24, second overtime. And this is Lydell Ross going to the sidelines of the Hurricanes. Run him out of bounds, but it's a pretty good pickup on first down, like about 9 yards.
Ross showing off his outstanding speed. Paid for it, too, as a tough tackle there by DJ Williams. But Ross picking up 9 yards.
2nd and 1 at the 16.
He's coming out now. Kind of holding the right shoulder, looks like. Hamby, freshman tight end, goes in for Ohio State. Single back is Claret. Krenzel gives it to him. He's looking for some daylight, and I'll tell you, there's some quick Miami people that got there that time. That was Roger McIntosh. Just locked his legs.
We both saw the same thing, Keith. A hole on that left side. Claret saw it too. He can't believe how quickly McIntosh closed. Starting here and then coming back. Watch McIntosh, number 50, just keep Claret at the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd down and 1. Claret's carried 22 times tonight for 42 yards. Not quite 2 yards per carry. Well, let's see here if he can get it this time. No, Krenzel will do it himself, and he just jumps right on the hip pocket of the center, and Bryce Bishop, and he rides along with him and has the first down at the 11-yard line.
Alex Stepanovich back in at center for Krenzel, who has now rushed 19 times for 80 yards.
Well, you know, Stepanovich is he's a wide body. He's 6'4", 310 pounds from Berea. Ohio. He's a junior. They're all juniors all the way across that offensive front for the Buckeyes. So they're coming back. First down at the 11. Krenzel wants to pass. Now does and has it completed. Down to the 5-yard line to Michael Jenkins. Maurice Sykes defending.
Buckeye offensive line, all those juniors you're talking about, Keith, are doing a pretty good job now of keeping Krenzel upright. He's got time to find Jenkins on the crossing route, and then a sure tackle by Maurice Sykes keeps Jenkins from getting in the end zone.
Taylor was there, but he looks a little tender, doesn't he? With that ankle.
Half step slow.
Yep. Second down from the 5. Florette. Touchdown.
Well, Maurice Sykes couldn't do it 2 plays in a row. He had Clarett right at the line of scrimmage and could not make the tackle as Clarett sidestepped him and accelerated through a huge hole and into the end zone.
Here's your extra point try now for Mike Nugent. Oh, that snap was low and hard, but the kick was good. Handled well by Andy Groom.
Check out the touchdown by Maurice Clarett. Sometimes you got to make the first guy miss. Well, the first guy is going to be number 36, Maurice Sykes. Fine job by Clark. And there's the broken tackle. There's the touchdown for Ohio State. The down block is excellent by Ryan Hamby. And then Clarett staying low, keeping those legs driving, getting the 6 points.
And he's carrying about 227 pounds, 28 pounds, when he goes in there slamming away. So he is a tough trip. It is now first down for Miami as Ohio State leads 31-24. And it goes to Jarrett Payton. And Payton has trouble getting back to the line of scrimmage and does not. Remember, the Hurricanes are without Willis McGahee. He suffered an injured knee.
And Keith, Miami, curiously, had 2 tight ends in the game there. Thought that they could maybe pound the ball a little bit. Now they take out Eric Winston and bring in Roscoe Parrish.
Second down and 11. Ohio State has the lead in this second overtime by 7. Dorsey's pass incomplete. He was pressured. He was trying to get the ball to Kellen Winslow.
And Dorsey may be hurt, Keith.
He took a hard hit, and he's having a little trouble getting to his feet, but he's trying, and he can't do it. He can't do it. That brings on Derek Crudup. He's the backup quarterback.
Middle linebacker Matt Wilhelm. That's a quarterback's worst nightmare. You take the shot from the player himself, and then he drives you all the way to the ground under 245 pounds. That could be any number of things, from a collarbone to a rib injury to a shoulder. So not only is McGahee out of the game, now Dorsey's going to have to go out on this 3rd down and 10.
He looks like he was just had his bell rung. Maybe he had the wind knocked out of him. He's got to go out of the ball game, though, whether he's injured or not. And he is totally deflated, if nothing else.
Yeah, the big thing will be, can he raise that right arm and can he throw the ball? Bigger thing is Derek Crudup now will come into the ball game with very little experience.
Sophomore from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Played some last year in the backup role, but he's never been in a bigger moment than he's entering right now. But the key is, what about Dorsey? If Crudup can do something on 3rd down and 10 to get him a first down. With only 2 plays left for Miami unless they get a first down. And Crudup back and throws the ball is caught by Hill, the fullback. And Quadrin Hill moves it down for a good 8 yards before he was belted out. Maybe 7 yards.
That's a remarkable play. Hill has not touched the ball yet tonight. Crudup comes in, 5-step drop, fires the ball out there. Great play by Crudup and Quadrine Hill, as Ohio State now is going to call time. Or rather, Miami's going to call time, yeah.
And it's Dorsey walking around over there. He's got his wind back. And apparently he's convinced he's all right to play, and he's talking to the coaches, talking to the doctors. And apparently the medical folks have said, okay, go ahead.
Boy, what a job by Darren Crudup to come in the game totally cold and find a receiver out of the backfield, and Quadrine Hill making the catch now. Comes down to one play. You're going to have your horse back in there at quarterback. And a lot of weapons for Ken Dorsey to look at. Primarily, Kellen Winslow over the middle has been very big for Miami all night long. Winslow with 10 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they're looking at 4th down and 3, and apparently Dorsey is going to come back in, which to me seems a considered risk, because how do you know? Dorsey is such a gamer, such a competitor. You'd have to drag him kicking and screaming out of there, but you've got to make sure he's sound. Here he comes. They need 3 yards.
And Ohio State taking a look at what Miami presented as far as personnel is concerned. They decide to call a timeout and make further adjustments. And that helps Dorsey.
Yeah, gets his head clearer and clearer.
Yep. Still would like to see him toss the ball a little bit, but obviously there's nothing wrong with his arm.
34-game win streak on the line. Dorsey's career 38-1 coming into this ball game. Larry Coker succeeded Butch Davis at Miami last year. He's never lost as a head coach. Doesn't know how to make a loser speech. And he, I don't think, is terribly interested in learning. We're in overtime, the second overtime. Ohio State scored. Claret banged it in from 5. 31-24 the score. Miami has 4th down and 3 to get a first down and stay alive. It's not really a question of scoring right now. What you want is 3 yards.
3 measly yards, and they're going to come with 3 receivers to the wide side of the field as Winslow is at the tight end spot right here.
I would say he would be the man. Dorsey's pass, good. They've got the first down. Down at the 10-yard line, it was Winslow, and there's a penalty flag. Hold the phone.
Late flag after the play, Keith. Winslow was down.
On the play, a gain of 7.
Face mask, 5-yard penalty. Gain was sufficient for a
that
first
puts
down.
him on the 5-yard line.
I think Dustin Fox is the guilty player for Ohio State. But Winslow so quick out of the break, gets his head around, ball is thrown perfectly right to the numbers, and watch Fox come up. And just that right there, boy, that looked like more than just a 5-yard penalty.
They put the ball down on the 6, right on the 6. And it's 1st and goal for Miami. Dorsey throwing. End zone, no. Penalty flag. A little bit late coming.
Hey, he was digging in that back pocket. Couldn't get it out the first time, but Chris Gamble has the pass interference on Andre Johnson.
Yeah, but Chris Gamble benefited by that same flag from the same official down the other end of the field in the other overtime.
Didn't he ever? He's just going to reach out and grab Johnson. Look at the power of Johnson to swim to the inside. Gamble was trying to take the inside away by his alignment. And Johnson just too powerful.
Now they put the ball at the 2-yard line.
Johnson has only 1 catch in the second half and in these overtimes.
First and goal from the 2. It's Peyton to the 1. Walter's son, Jarrett, 6'2", 218, junior, Harlington Heights, Illinois. There have been 187 plays on the field between the two teams tonight. And Gamble, or Ohio State, has 118 plays. He has been involved in 118 plays tonight. Wow. Dorsey throwing, tight end, missed him. Had him. Eric Winston, the freshman tight end, had gone in there, and the double tight end alignment broken clean and clear, and Dorsey missed him.
There may be something wrong with Ken Dorsey's arm. After he threw it, he just let it hang by his side. You don't miss a guy this wide open by this much if you're Ken Dorsey. Check out his reaction after the throw. Sure, he's disappointed that he missed his tight end, but I think that shoulder's giving him problems.
Third and goal from the 1. Hand it off to the fullback, Hill. And Matt Wilhelm stops him.
Trying a little quick hitter there, not giving the ball to your tailback, trying to give it to Quadrine Hill, his first rush of the night, behind the tight end coming in motion, Winston, and the Ohio State, again, that front 4, along with Wilhelm, just stuffed them.
Well, the ball is actually a little short of the 1-yard line now. It is 4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Andre Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, and Kellen Winslow, and Dorsey under pressure, throws it, incomplete. The Buckeyes win. C. Grant was the man who pressured Dorsey, and now the party begins for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are 14-0. And they are the national champions of college football.
And they did it their way, Keith, with defense. Right down to the very last play. Brilliant call by Mark D'Antonio, bringing the corner blitz, rather than linebacker, off the corner, and C. Grant forcing Dorsey to put up a prayer.
The tough guy of the night, Craig Krenzel, quarterback, Ohio State.
Threw the ball 21 times, only completed 7. He ran the ball 19 times for 81 yards, and he scored twice. And he's got a million bruises to show for it.
It was the tackle of Wilhelm on Dorsey that may well have been the big play defensively for Ohio State. Because Ken Dorsey is less than whole right now. It was a tremendous blow, drove him into the ground. He went out of play, as he has to under the rules, came back, and didn't quite seem himself.
C. Grant is number 6, totally unblocked. Grabs Dorsey and throws him to the ground, and Donnie Nicky's there to make sure that no Hurricane comes up with his catch.
Tough as he is, Dorsey couldn't pull it out. And so the Miami win string of 34 consecutive stops. And Larry Coker, as the head coach of the Hurricanes, has just suffered his first loss. Jim Tressel, 18 years at Youngstown State, 15 as the head coach, 4 1AA championships.
Keith, our built Ford tough play of the game is on 4th and 14. Craig Krenzel, as he's done all year long in the first overtime, converts, steps up into the pocket, finds Michael Jenkins. First down, Buckeyes. That's our Ford Tough play of the game.
So the celebration is on for the Buckeyes.